everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here and you popped over to see what I am up to. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. Of course, on this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. If you like this content and you're not subscribed to my channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Of course I keep it short, but if you want to see more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channel, so go check it out. Enough talking, we are going to start a brand new DIY. And here you see what we will use for this DIY. Of course, our tumbling tower blocks. We have paint at your choice. I use my wood glue. You can use some hot glue, but be careful that your DIY is not falling apart with hot glue. Of course, my little container with some scissors, markers, brushes, a cutting tool, wire, the main things you need for using. Of course, I have a saucer with some old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. This is what we need. We are going to make a couple of easy and simple crates. You can decorate it any way you like, and of course you can also give your glam touch on it. If you are more like a glam lady, then you just have to spray paint them in the gold or the silver. So we will see how this will turn out. For the first crate, what we're going to do, we're going to get 8 blocks, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and lay them already beside each other before you glue it, and look for that your bottom is at least all of them are the same measure of blocks, because sometimes it really is so much different in sizes of blocks. That's always, you have to look for the right size. So, and you can do it better because the bottom has to be the right size, or else it will be one disaster. So we are going to glue this one together. So very easy, you just do some glue on the sides. And this is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7, because 8 will be the closure up, and squeeze it and press it together in a straight line. And of course we have to work with it, get it down, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I did wipe away with my old towel. I did wipe away the glue I don't need and just lay it to rest over here. What we're going to do, we are going to make now 2 blocks together, two times of 2, because this will be one side, and of course glue this one together, and we're going to do the second one, because this will be one side of our crate, and this is already also one, and we're going to let it rest for a couple of minutes. So I gave it a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take 2 loose blocks. I'm going to do a little drop over here and a little drop on this side, and I'm going to place this one over here and this one over here, and I'm going to do on this side the same, a little drop over here and a little drop over here, and I'm going to place this one also on this side, and make sure that you get a nice straight line and give it some pressure on each side, and again redo it. That's the greatest thing about the wood glue, you still can redo it. And we are going to have already one side, and we're going to go further with the second one, and of course the other side will be exactly the same. We just do some glue on this side and we glue it together, and we do it on this side also, and you see already the difference in blocks with this one. This one is the same, but you see already here this one is much bigger than the other one. Of course I should have used and I showed you in a moment that he is so much bigger again than the other one. If you don't like it, just take another block, but of course I always say we have to work with it. So again we get 2 loose blocks like this, and we're going to do a drop again on this side and a little drop on this side, and we're going to place it over here and this one over here, and just lay it down. Don't squeeze yet, because we need the other one, and this one, and over here, and we're going to place this one also and we're going to make a nice straight line, and then we're going to give it a little push like this, so we are sure that everything sticks together, and this way. And we're going to get our towel, and we go carefully, we go over it like this, and also over here. And we're going to let this rest also for at least a half hour. Now we already have our two sides over here. We're going to get a loose block, and we're going to measure out if this one is fitting. Yes, we are going to do a thin line on the underside, so very easy, just over here. I hope you can see it. And we're going to place it against this one. We are going to do it on this side the same. We're going to measure out, and we're going to do a thin line on the underside, on the inside of the block over here. And we're going to place this one also against here, and make sure that you have it in a straight line and squeeze it. And we're going to do on this side the same. We have to measure out if the size is correct, or else he is really offline. And this one, and we're going to place it over here, and we're going to do on this side the same. And we're going to place it on this side, and again give it a little squeeze and redo it, and let it rest for at least also a couple of minutes. So we waited a couple of minutes because we don't want that it is totally dried in, or else we don't get our bottom inside. We are going to give it, you see already here is coming a lot of glue on this side. We are going to take our bottom, we are going to try very carefully, place it on the side, so like this, and very carefully on this one also. And we're going to place this one over here and this one over here. If it does fall apart, don't worry, just lay it down, squeeze it again, it doesn't matter. And now we're going to try to get our bottom in. Of course, it's a little bit difficult, but we are going to make it, and this way, and then go squeeze it together again. This is already one, and we're going to do for here the same. And I'm going to do on this side a little glue. I should have done that also on the other side, but I'm going to do this over here, and I'm going to place it straight up. And of course it's a little bit difficult to get in, but eventually it will work. If you use hot glue, it's much difficult to get it in. So over here and like this, and now we already have this one inside, and we're going to let this dry in. Of course, I also show you the mistakes, what I did do wrong. You already probably know I didn't do any glue on this side, so of course we need some glue on this side also. So learn from my mistakes. Of course, you can very easily get it out because it is wood glue, and you have to use some glue over here. And we're going to let this glue dry in for a couple of minutes before we're going to place it again to each other. So we're going to give it a try again. Of course, we're going to get our little bottom inside, and we're going to again give it some time, squeeze it and press it together this way and this way. And we're going to do here the same. And of course, this is also a little struggle to get in. And again, squeeze it together this way. And now we're going to let it really dry for at least a half hour before we're going to do anything, because we want to be sure that everything is dried. So we gave it a couple of minutes, at least. I think I gave mine at least 20 minutes because I took some coffee. So, but you see already how easy it is to make, but also you could make so easily a mistake if you thought you did glue it, but you didn't glue it. So that's why I make it for you. You can do the same, but you can do it a little bit better. I'm going to get some blocks, a loose block, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside over here. And I'm going to place this one in the middle and just place it over here. And we're going to do this one the same over here, and we're going to glue it in the middle and like this, and we're going to squeeze it and we give it some rest also. So now we're going to get 2 blocks and we're going to glue them together, so very easy like this. And we do another one of 2, and squeeze them and press it together and this way. And we go wipe away the glue because you see already the glue is a little bit coming out. And we're going to give this one also only a couple of minutes because they don't need longer. So we almost have one of our crates finished. What we're going to do with the 2 block, we are going to do some glue, a little bit on the top over here and a little bit on the underside, but not totally under. And we're going to place it on the side exactly in the middle of our crate. And we're going to do here the same. We're going to do some glue over here and a little over here, and we're going to place them also on the other side, but exactly in the middle. And this way squeeze it, and because you can see already the line is straight to each other, so you can very easy glue them together on a straight line. And now is already one crate is finished. We are going to make the bigger one right now because this is the thing that will be the middle one, the medium, but I think I'm going to make the large one. And you can stop with 2 crates. If you think 2 is more than enough to decorate, is also fine. And we're going to make them in a different sizes like this. If you are using the smaller blocks, you can do the same numbers like I did with the bigger blocks, only your crate will be a little bit smaller. So you can start with the smaller crate because you see already it's the same sizes. It's also 1, 2 over here, and you have 8 in the middle, the same like we did over here. We did 1 loose block on the ending of the side, so everything is the same, and you're just going to glue this the way I did it also. So it's nothing different than I did with the bigger block, only your size will be a little smaller, but you go up the way I go up also later in my block. So if you want to have it bigger, you also make 1 block extra. You just do a smaller block inside over here, and you do, and 1 block means 3 blocks for a bottom extra. So that means that you do 3 over here, then you have 11 blocks for a bottom, and I would double them up and I would do 2 rows of 11. So very easy, just for the bigger size do 2 rows together, and this will be also one side already, and you glue later again the same like I do with this one. Then you have the bigger size of your crate, and of course I hope everyone who makes the smaller blocks gives it also a try. So you see, this is already the bottom for the bigger one, and if everything's correctly, you can fit it in. You see already it's totally fitting. So 11 blocks this way and 11 blocks over here, and here 3. You just do 1 extra, and 1 extra means 3 blocks extra for a row, because if you place them this way, 1 block you see already is 3 blocks of this one it's fitting. So if you place here extra 1, you have to go 3 up in the bottom always. So I hope I make sense. So 11, and you can do here 3 and on the sides, and of course you need 2 of this one, and then you can place it over here, and you only need 2 extra. You don't need 1, but you do also again here 1 extra. But if you want to do more, it's also fine too. But these are the measurements for the smaller blocks. So we placed our crate on the side. We are going to go for the bottom, and we're not going to do 8. We are going to do also 11 blocks. And it's very easy. First we're going to look for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11. And we're going to, before we glue again, we're going to make sure that everything is fitting nicely this way. He's almost fitting, and we're going to do a second row of 11 blocks because we need to wide up also, or else we get again a smaller block, and we don't want to have a smaller block extra. And you see also again measure out a little bit with the eye if everything is fitting nicely, and I think it looks nice at least to work with. So we're going to do again, glue them together. Very easy in 1 row, and if you are gluing, most of the time I place them immediately against each other so the glue is not running extra down. And this way, and always the last one is the closure up. And this way, and this will be the number 11. Squeeze a little and then give it a nice straight line. This way, as best as you can. And again, squeeze and be sure that you press everything down because some blocks are not cut off even, so they will pop up. And again this way, and I'm going to do the second row, and then we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need. Again, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 over here. Squeeze it, and we're going to make a straight line again. And then it's so easy, we get our wet towel and we're going to wipe over. Very easy, and it doesn't matter if it falls apart, just make sure that you have the straight line again. Squeeze it together and let it dry in. And we're going to do here the same over here, and again make sure that you have a straight line again, and this way and this way. So now I did let it dry in for at least a quarter, I think 15 minutes. I'm going to carefully try to get it on the side, and of course it can break, but don't worry and don't be scared because you can get everything glued together again this way. So again, we're going to make a straight line, we're going to get it carefully on the ground, and we're going to place it on top of next to each other. And you see already that we have a little over gap over here, and that's always sometimes very hard to work with, but we're going to give it a try. So we're going to just press it together, and we're going to let this rest also. Now we're going to make 3 together like this, and this is 1 and this is number 2, and squeeze them, and this will be already number 1. We're going to make number 2. This is of course for one side. This is 1 and this is number 2. Squeeze it, press it together this way and let it rest, and remove the glue we don't need. And this way is going already all places like this. And we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes again. So we are going to get a loose block again. We do some glue on this side and on this side, and again place it against here, and this one over here. And we're going to do on this side the same like we did with the smaller size, and a little over here. And we're going to place this one also over here and over here, and redo it the shape you want to have it. And again, press them down and give it a little moment for drying. In the meantime, I will make the other one. Of course, again, we are going to do 3 together. Very easy. This is number 1 already. And you see the wood is very, I think the wood has been wet because he has all kind of dots on his. So I don't know, it's just not really the wood mark, but it also smells a little. It looks like the wood has been wet. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with that, but it does. I don't know how I explain it. It looks, if I explain, it looks really, really disgusting, but it really isn't. But it has a kind of a wet smell on it. So this is already the other side, and we're going to let this rest also. So again, also for this one, we are going to get some loose blocks, and we do some glue again on this side, and we're going to place this one over here, and we're going to place this one. Of course, when he's not glued to my table, we're going to do it over here, squeeze it, and squeeze this one. And now we're going to do this side, a dot and a little dot over here. And we're going to place this one, of course, over here. Squeeze a little to each other. This way, not too hard. So he jumps out of it. It's not really, really what we want. Just give it a little bit of pressure. And we're going to wipe away the glue. And we do it carefully because we don't want to damage our sides. And now we're going to let it rest, at least this one we're going to let it rest for at least 15 to 20 minutes. So again, I'm going to get some loose blocks like this, and I'm going to do the same. Of course, you can do it different. Just glue the first this side to the sides, of course, and then do the loose side. I'm going to give it another try. I don't know if this will be a very wise decision or not, but we will see. We will see how this will turn out. Of course, this one also. And I'm going to place this one against here and make sure that you have it in a straight line. Give it a little bit of pressure, because not too much, because we still need to have the bottom inside. And we're going to do this one, but you can also do it later, but I'm just stubborn and I'm just going to keep trying that it will work. And I'm going to place this one over here. And I'm going to make a nice straight line and give it a couple of minutes, not too much longer. So I placed the sides over here and did the bottom in the middle. What we still need to do, and before we forget it already, we have to do some glue on this side over here. So make sure that we have a nice line of glue, and a little on the sides also on this side. And we're going to do here the same. A little glue over here, and we're going to do some glue on the ending. So we are sure that everything will stick together and not with the same like I did with the first one. I did totally forgot it. But that's the great thing, I do it for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place very carefully, if everything is correctly, I'm going to place this one over here. And I'm going to be sure that he is falling in between like this. Squeeze a little. And now I'm going to try to do the same over here. Press it in. And of course we have to work a little bit to get it inside. And this way. We're going to squeeze it. And this way. I see a lot of like this and this way. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. Just don't listen to it. Sometimes I really sound like a record. I really am myself, but I'm doing it for you so you can make the DIY also with the right numbers. And we're going to let this rest also again for a couple of minutes. So, and again, we are going to fill up the space in between on the endings. And of course, you can do it with more blocks. You can do it with one block over here. And I'm going to just work my way. I think I'm going to try to get 4 inside, but you see already we have to work with the bottom, which is not totally have both of the rows are the same size, so I have to work with it. So I'm going to do it a little bit more close, so I keep this one on one ending. So you see in a moment what I mean. So I'm going to keep this one over here, and I'm going to squeeze this one over here, and I'm going to do on the other side the same, so I don't have to do one exactly in the middle, because that's not going to work, because one row is longer than the other one. So, and I'm going to squeeze this one inside over here and make sure that we have, at least we try to have the same spaces in between as much as we can. So like this, and I'm going to let this dry also, and I'm going to do the other side. And you see already also with this one of the pieces is already off the block here, is totally one gone. So I'm going to do this one and this one, and I'm going to place them over here. Again, some glue on the ending, and just very easy squeeze them in over here. And if you have glue sticking out, if you see on here, here's glue coming out, just take a simple brush and wipe it away. Again over here, and you can very easy get it away. And a little bit of glue over here. We're going to place this one over here. Now we only need 2 blocks and then we can let it rest. And again over here. And the last one. And we're going to make room for this one. And we're going to make sure that we have it over here. We're going to squeeze a little with the side. So again, we are going to let this rest, but of course, before we're going to let it rest, we're also going to make again, because we need on this side and on this side 2 blocks, but you can do this time, you can do, I can show it you better this way, over here. So if you do 2 blocks over here, and you can do 2 blocks over here, because now you have 2 openings. So you can do over here, one over here and one over here. But you don't have to do it. It's just something I do, but you don't have to do it. And I do 2 over here. So we have now the large size, we have the medium size, and now we need, of course, a smaller size. We are going to do 5 blocks like this. And if you are using the smaller blocks, I would go, I think, not lower than that. I think I would keep it with 2 crates, or maybe 2 of the same size, 2 smaller ones and 1 bigger one, because if you do the smaller blocks even smaller than this, of course you can do it. It's all you get a nice little cute little crate. So you also can do a size smaller, also use 5 blocks, the same like we do. So again, I'm going to glue them together, very easy. So we use for the large one, we used 11 blocks and we did 2 rows. For the medium, we did 8 blocks and 1 row. And for the smaller one, we will use 5 blocks and also 1 row. But you can do 2 if you like that. If you want to have a little bit wider crate, you also can do that. And again, squeeze it and make a nice straight line. We're going to get our towel and wipe away the glue, and this way, and make sure that you have a nice straight line and place it over here. And we're going to wipe away here the glue also. We are going to go now for very easy, because now we only need a loose blocks. We are going to do some glue on this one and a little over here, and we go very easy. We place this one against here, and we place this one against here, and we do on this side the same, a little dot, and over here, he's already falling down, and this one also, squeeze it, and again remove the glue like this, and we're going to make the second one, and again place them this way. We're going on the tops over here and over here, and we're going to squeeze it again, and we do this one very easy over here, and squeeze it in, and make sure that you have a nice straight line again over here. I'm going to wipe away the glue again, squeeze and press, and now we're going to get 2 blocks. Of course, make sure that they are fitting. So I'm going to go for the sides over here, place it against this one. We're going to do for this one over here, very easy, in a straight line, and we do with this one the same. That's the great thing about this smaller crate. He is so easy and fast to build. And this one, and place it over here, squeeze it, and feel with your fingers, because that's always the great thing. Feel just that you have a nice straight line, because the blocks are not always even, and even I think your blocks are also maybe different sizes. Let me know if you have the Dollar Tree blocks, or maybe from somewhere else. Let me know if your blocks are always the same size, or if they are just like mine, also a little bit crooked sometimes. So this, I'm going to let it rest for a couple of minutes. So we are going to do some glue on the ending over here, a little line and also a little on the side over here and a little over here. And we could do the same on this side and a little line and also on this side. And we're going to very carefully, but don't worry if it falls apart. It doesn't matter, just squeeze it and this way, and we're going to get it down. And of course the chance is that he is falling apart, but it doesn't matter, don't worry about it. We just have to work with it a little and we just have to squeeze it in. Of course you see already he is breaking, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go over it and place it against each other this way and redo it the way the crate should be. And now we're going to let this dry. So the only thing we need to do before we can totally let it dry is just take a loose block, do some glue on the underside and place it in the middle this way. And we're going to do another one also. And I think this little one is my favorite because I am really loving the size of this little crate. He is so cute. And if you make a couple of this one, you also can place them like a riser. You can place them in your kitchen, in your tea tray, because this is a great size to have and to decorate with. You just do a little bit of snow inside, maybe a couple of snowflakes or a little snowman. So this one is really a nice size. So maybe later I will make a couple of them extra, you never know. So, and I'm going to let this dry, all three of them, for at least a couple of hours. Give it some rest before we paint it. I almost forgot, maybe you already saw it. We need, of course, normally we would do two together and we would place it over here, and you still can do two, I see. You can even do two on this one and two on this side. Of course, this is also fine. I think I'm going for two. I was thinking about one, but I see that two is also very nice to see. So I'm going to give them some pressure, and also this two on the side. And then they are really totally fitting together, but I also like it already this way. So if I make them loose another time, I think I would go for this one. I think he is such a nice size. And this, wipe away the glue, and we are going to, in a moment, we are going to glue it on top on each side of our little crate. So I did let the boxes dry, of the crates dry, and I'm going to give it some paint color, but I'm going to give it some off-white color. You see already it's a little bit, not white, but like I always say, off-white, maybe creamy color, how you call it. And I'm going to give all of them one coat. And of course, you can choose any color you like. Maybe you like staining, maybe you like a little bit of black, or maybe even white. Just do whatever you think is right. I'm going to give this one a nice creamy color from the inside and from the outside. So I'm going to go do this. And of course, I won't bore you with that. So if everything is correctly, you also have 3 of the crates I have of this way, and I especially love the cute little one. What I'm going to do, you can change them up any way you like. You don't have to do it the way I do. You can use one of them. You can use maybe a couple of the smaller ones if you like it better. I'm going to stack mine up on top of each other. But before I'm going to do that, I think I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to look for if I like, because I want to have them this way. So this one will be over here. This one will be over here, a little bit sideways, and this one will be over this way. And of course, I showed you a little bit closer so you can see it a little bit better this way. But I think I'm going to use a print for the inside. So I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to look for if I can find a nice print. If I do, I'm going to glue them inside of the box, and then I'm going to glue it, because if I do it right now I have a hard time to getting my print inside. And you see already I did stack them up, but I didn't do a print inside. I didn't like it. I was looking in my stash and I found this kind of wooden pieces, little houses, so I'm going to make, yeah, kind of a village, but at least maybe with some snowflakes. I really have to look for, but I'm going to place them inside just the way I think it's supposed to be. But you can do some print inside, or maybe you can decorate it with some gnomes, with some figurines. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it my way, and I show you that in a moment. And you see already on my table, it is one big mess. You see, I did the little houses inside. I just do very simply some glue on the underside of the house. And then I'm going to place it in, and just it sticks on, by itself. It's very easy to do. So I did already a couple of them over here. And I did a little higher also, and on the top also one. I'm going to figure out how I want to have it the rest. I think I'm going to get some bottle brush trees and some snow, and you see in a moment the quick impression. And you see a quick inspiration of our tumbling tower blocks crates, and I'm so happy how all three of them turned out. And if you imagine, you can do your own twist on it, because you can make it any way you like. This is just an inspiration for you, and of course I hope you took out your tumbling tower blocks too and did this DIY together with me, and you have right now your own cute little wooden crates. Of course, if you are only here to watch, of course, I hope you have fun watching, and if you like this content, of course, everyone who is here and is not subscribed, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. And for more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. So enough talking. I wish you all an amazing day and see you in the next one. Bye.